From the Flash's incredible use of the Speed Force to Superman's insane ability to catch up in the 1-minute war, it's time to answer the age-old question: who would win in a race between Superman and the Flash? Now, I think I should get this out of the way first though, cause like in case you didn't know, both versions of the Flash are too fast for Superman to catch. In one issue of the comics, Barry Allen and Wally West get in a high-speed chase that could destroy the Earth. That's because the Speed Force was causing shockwaves that were affecting other parts of reality. Now, the Justice League and the Titans moved to stop the two speedsters, so that Amanda Waller and Argus don't put a death sentence on them.
If I were you, I wouldn't probe the situation too closely, rich boy.
This makes Superman fly after both Flashes, trying to figure out what's making them move so fast. In just a few seconds, Superman gets back to his friends and the Argus group. Surprisingly, he's out of breath and panting. He has to take a moment to collect himself before he can talk, and his hair looks like it's all over the place, and his face is red and sweaty. Finally, Superman says that he couldn't get close enough to the Flashes for them to hear him, and he admits that he couldn't catch up to them, which proves another important theory among fans, that Superman has actually never been faster than the Flash. This also fits well with the Flash Rebirth number 3. That's when Barry Allen admitted that in the past, whenever they raced for charity, he sometimes let Superman win on purpose. See, the Flash is the fastest person alive, even faster than the Kryptonians. Even though Superman's strong and almost the fastest hero in the world, he can't beat the Speed Force.
That man won't quit as long as he can still draw a breath. None of my teammates will. Me? I've got a different problem.
Sure, this story isn't likely to change the minds of Superman fans, who claim that he's the most powerful superhero in the world and can do anything. It does give Barry Allen and Wally West another feather in their capes. It's still unclear which form of the Flash will prove to be the real fastest man alive, but rest assured, it's definitely not gonna be Man of Steel either way. Cause it's already been shown that Superman can't run faster than the Flash.
Okay, but if I win, I get to tell everyone.
Deal. Which coast?
I've never seen the Pacific.
But it turns out that he's still fast enough to keep up with the Flash at his fastest, if just barely. After all, Superman's still fast enough to help in the 1-minute war, even after the Fraction invades Earth at super speed and freezes all the heroes. Let's look at what went down. The Flash number 794 starts up after the Flash family's failed attack on the Fracture compound. Irie's left behind to protect their friends, including Superman, who can't move at full speed force because the rest of the family's gone to attack the Fracture's fortress. But when the Fracture assassin Miss Murder comes with her hounds to catch Irie, Superman's still fast enough to hold back her hounds. This distracts Miss Murder at a crucial moment and gives Irie the chance to turn the table. Even if Superman's frozen in an instant, he can still help. He might have been out of the fight for the most part, but it's still nice to see that the writers are recognizing his super speed during this Flash-focused event. Even though people like Wally West have passed Superman as the fastest person in the DC universe, it's important to remember that this doesn't make Superman slow. When every Flash is moving as fast as they can in a 1-minute war, the fact that Superman's still able to move at all is an impressive sign of his top speed. Of course, there's a reason why he doesn't participate in this fight. At first, it looks like it's because he wasn't fast enough, but that's not the case. In The Flash number 791, Wally, Linda, and Irie find out that they're frozen in time, and soon they realize they're also moving at maximum speed and somehow can't slow down. Now, it's odd that Superman's missing from this story, which is a big deal. Even though he isn't a true runner, he can still move at very fast speeds. In fact, if the Flash or Superman's faster is one of the most famous questions in the DC universe, and the two often run to find out the answer.
Hey, we never did settle who's the fastest man alive.
No, we never did.
Still, Superman hasn't shown up in this story, which suggests that he might not be fast enough to fight the Fraction. But there may be another reason why Clark Kent, or his son, John, aka Superman, isn't around. It's possible that it's got something to do with the Speed Force. There's no doubt that Superman's fast, but the reason he can move at such high speeds is because of his Kryptonian DNA and the power he gets from the sun. The Flash and the other speedy heroes, on the other hand, use the Speed Force to run as fast as they can. This means that the Fraction and their appearance might have something to do with the Speed Force, rather than just being able to move as fast as they can. If that's true, it would explain why Superman can't fight them, and the Flash can, but not the other way around. It also looks like he's got a complicated relationship with his own Speed Force. Even though Superman can think 3 steps ahead of most superheroes, his first reaction is to stop a fight, and that puts him at a disadvantage in fights that are over in a flash. In the first story arc, the Unity Saga, the Earth was stuck in the Phantom Zone, and only the full power of the Justice League could save it. In Superman number 6, we get a front row seat to the final battle between Superman and Rogol Zar. Zar was Bendis' main villain, and the reason why Krypton was destroyed when the fate of his home world's at stake. Superman has to accept help from General Zod to keep all 3 of his enemies from being sent to the Phantom Zone. The issue starts with Superman thinking about how fast he is while in the middle of a fight. As he does this, the blurry shape of his fist shows panel by panel until it hits Zar's face. But Superman's also thinking about Lois and how she's worried that his super speed makes it hard for him to talk. But a double-page splash on the next page shows him fighting a war that can't be seen with the naked eye. This shows how Superman has to deal with a moral dilemma every time he uses his super speed.
What we have here is a rare opportunity for me to cut loose and show you just how powerful I really am.
Brian Michael Bendis always puts juicy, geeky facts in the middle of his stories. He's also written some of the most important events in Superman's 80-plus year history. He knows that Superman's only real weakness will always be his morality. Bendis is great at writing about relationships. That helps him when he looks at how Clark's super speed affects his marriage to Lois. The big spoilers reveal on the last page of the issue may be what you came to see, but the first 2 pages are full of interesting ideas about what it would be like to have super speed, and how Superman's skills compare to those of Barry Allen, who's the fastest man alive. If you bring up the way his Speed Force works, and the fact that he's got a complicated relationship with it, that definitely makes the Flash faster in a race. Having said that, that's all for answering the question of who'd win in a race between Superman and the Flash.